Hey, my name is Sarah Terry. I'm a mother of two. I'm also a wife to an amazing husband who sticks with me through everything. I have put him through a lot in the past 8 years that we've been together with my mental illnesses. I've got BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, and also depression, and I've had postpartum depression, and I also have anxiety disorder and PTSD. A little bit about borderline personality disorder. There's problems with regulating emotions and thoughts. There's impulsive and reckless decisions and behaviors, which I struggle with. I've been caught 2 different times with stealing at different stores in the past. Just impulsive, don't even care, I'm just gonna take this kind of a thing. And then the reckless behavior is usually with driving. I'm a very reckless driver. Knock on wood, I haven't ever gotten into any wrecks or anything bad happen. Unstable relationships with other people. The one relationship that matters the most is the one with my husband, and thankfully it is staying, and it has stayed for 9 years. There's frantic efforts to avoid being abandoned by family and friends. I struggle with that one a lot. Even at the age of 27, my mom just moved to Texas to be with her sister for a little bit, and I kind of had a meltdown and freaked out because I felt like I was being abandoned, even though I'm 27 and married with kids and should be okay with my mom moving away from me. There's a lot of suicidal thoughts and self-harm. I, in the past, have had many instances where I self-harmed. I haven't for probably about 4 months now. Instead, I have gotten a tattoo, or a few tattoos. I've been punching walls instead, which is not the best coping skill. I haven't broken my hand or anything, just hurt it pretty bad. I have had suicidal thoughts very often. I just barely got out of the downward spiral of suicidal thoughts a couple of weeks ago. I've been hospitalized 3 different times, where I've stayed anywhere between 3 to 5 days, just to kind of have a little checkout and time out and be away from the world and everything so that I can get better for myself and for my kids and my husband. There's periods of intense depressed moods, irritability, and anxiety lasting for a few hours and a few days. I have severe anxiety. I take Xanax regularly in order to calm down. Just 2 weeks ago, for 4 days straight, I was checking my heart rate, and it was at 125, between that and 115 for 4 days straight. It was basically a living hell. It sucked really bad. Research on causes or at the early stage, but scientists generally agree that it's genetic and environmental factors that go into it, and that's likely what's involved in what's causing BPD. Like I said, they're still trying to figure out what it is. As many as 80% of people with BPD have suicidal behaviors, and about 4 to 9% of people actually commit suicide. That 4 to 9% should not be there. Suicide hits me hard. I've had a few friends that have died committing suicide. It's a very real and a very sad thing. I personally have never attempted suicide. I've come very, very close, but because of my family and my friends, they've either brought me to the hospital or gotten me to bring myself to the hospital to get help. I usually go when I feel like I need to go. The reason that I have never tried or succeeded in committing suicide is because of my 2 kids. I have a 7-year-old and a 4.5-year-old. They are my world. They are my everything. Also my husband, he has been there for me through everything, each hospitalization. He's been there to support me. He comes in and visits me. He is there as often as he can be there with, watching 2 kids also, that's kind of hard. I've gotten 3 tattoos that help me along on my way. I have one on my wrist that says, it's an anchor, and it says I refuse to sink, and it's got 2 balloons, one with my son, Tristan, and one with my daughter, Blakely. I've got one on this arm that says, stay strong, keep going, with a bird. And I just recently, 2 days ago, got this. It says, I'm fine. And if you flip it over, it says, save me, with a semicolon to say that my story is yet to be completed, because I'm not done. I still have life left in me. I don't plan on leaving. Treatments for BPD are psychotherapy or talk therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavior therapy or DBT, which I have actually gone through and taken a class, and it did help me a lot. I actually loved taking the DBT class. I looked forward to it every week. There's schema focused therapy, medications, and there's also short-term hospital stay, which is once again what I did 3 different times, and they also all 3 different times helped me. Some people ask me, how can you help out a friend or a relative that has BPD? What do you do? You offer emotional support, understanding, patience, and encouragement. Change is difficult and frightening, but it's possible to get better over time. I personally hate change. Any kind of change, I hate it. I recently just got fired, and I hate it because I don't know what to do with anything at night. Like, I'm not going to work at night, so what do I do with myself? I don't know. It's throwing me for this loop because I don't know what to do. I can't change furniture in my house because it's change. I don't do change. But I take my medications. I do what I'm supposed to do. I journal. Journaling is a big part of helping me. I love to write. I get on the phone and I talk to my mom. She's a big support in my life. And that's about it. Suicide and mental illness is real. It affects a lot of people, and it affects a lot more people than you would think it does. A lot of people are better at hiding it than others. I'm actually really, really good at hiding my anxiety. A lot of people don't think that I have anxiety, but I do. I'm just really good at hiding it. If you know someone that has a mental illness or wants to or talks about committing suicide, get them help. Do not just brush it off. Do not just pretend like it's just them doing it for attention. They're not doing it for attention. Nobody just says, I want to kill myself and I'm gonna go do this just to get attention. Take it seriously, because in a matter of seconds you could lose that person and then they're gone forever.